Yeah, so like this is a very important point. So like in the YouTube world, we have a term where we talk about getting buried, right? You know, YouTube has its own algorithm, which is controversial in its own terms, like what makes a YouTube video easy to discover or not easy to discover. YouTube has their own sort of system of that. If government gets involved, if the CRTC gets involved and comes up with their own sort of metrics, then you've got this whole new stress to worry about. Like, is your video now not only getting sort of suppressed by YouTube's algorithm, but by some sort of new, you know, content regime that the CRTC has imposed on YouTube? You know, is your video getting suppressed, even though it's made by a Canadian, because it's not Canadian enough by whatever the CRTC's definition of Canadian enough is? You know, as I said in my opening statement, you know, the CRTC makes, as I'm sure the other witnesses are well aware, they make you jump through all sorts of hoops in order to obtain what is literally called like Canadian certification. You know, having to vow that, or having to affirm that, you know, there was enough Canadian actors and there was enough Canadian music and it was made in Canada, as well as content stuff. Like, these are all the hoops that you have to jump through. And, you know,
10 seconds.
I think it's a lot of Canadians are going to be oblivious to all of these hoops that they have to jump through. A lot of Canadian YouTubers are oblivious to this discussion that's even happening. So there's a lot of, I worry very much that a lot of YouTubers are going to wake up one day and they're suddenly going to see their content suppressed. Suddenly they're not going to be making as much money, not getting enough views because governments